For disclosure. You want disclosure? I'll give you disclosure. We're cattle, genetically, physically, psychologically beneficial for different races, alien races. And they were stalling our progress for their own benefits. And that's why they're still stalling with the disclosure, because disclosure is brutal and terrible. This is your disclosure. And the government is not stalling. No, that's not them. That's Anunnaki, that's Galactic Federation, that's Galactic Alliance, that's, others who are very invested in our genetic material, in our ability to produce a lot of energy, in our ability to be kind after thousands of years being tortured, dismantled, reset so many times. We're still kind. We're still kind. And that's the phenomena they can't get over. Because of our compassion, because of our kindness. Human beings are not barbarians. We're very kind people, kind beings. We forgive. And of course, not without the influence of all the technology influencing us with all kinds of frequencies, memory erasing, and all kinds of DNA correcting and all that. Of course, not without it, but in the majority, in our essence, we're very, very loving beings. And we don't need to go through the pain and torture and everything in order to appreciate the world. Look at the kids. They're chasing butterflies. They're, sucking onto a little candy, and they're so happy. They're very genuinely happy just having little things. They didn't have to go through brutality in order to finally appreciate the beautiful things of life. They didn't. We don't have to. By nature, we are very compassionate and very giving people. And that's in itself some kind of a fault, because we keep forgiving. And this is what they're hoping for. That's why we have so many fucking Galactic Federation, Galactic Alliance videos made. Like, you have to forgive and forget. Not even little resentment should be left, because that will keep you in the low frequency and you're not going to be able to ascend. That's, now that I have woken completely, I take it as a gaslighting. First, they torture us, do all kinds of things, and now they're blaming us on us that we are not forgiving. And if we're not going to forgive, then we're going to suffer from our not forgiveness. First of all, we're not that kind of angry and unforgiving people. But when we face the truth, and when we face how horrible they've treated us, we cannot stay silent. We have to say it. And of course, when we're saying, we're passionate. And of course, there's some anger also, because we feel for each other. We care for one another. Nobody wants a war. Nobody wants to torture. Nobody wants to conduct any kind of experiments on people. Simple folks don't want that. Only fucking narcissistic maniacs who have absolutely no emotions. And that's why nobody stepped in for us. Because they've lost emotions. Now they want those emotions back. That's why they, against our will, they abducted us and they got the genetic material, and they treated humans as cattle to breed their own hybrids. That's your disclosure. This is why they're stalling, because it is fucking ugly and we won't like it. We will not like it. And don't tell me that, you had to go through the birth, you have to love your kids. No, even that. How do you think they repopulated the whole earth after resets? They had artificial wombs. Women didn't have to go through risky and painful childbirth. They on purpose kept us in pain, in fear, in struggle, so we would just look down and not even understand who we really are. Remembrance, this is the real remembrance, that we're cattle, but we're very, very kind. For them, we're cattle, but we're not cattle. We are much closer to the source, to God, because we still have compassion. We're still very kind. After all this was done to us, we're still very bright. We have this very bright light, that flame in our hearts. And that's why they're still freaking observing and being so fascinated by us. That after all this, we're still kind. We're still loving creatures. Ask your neighbor, does he or she wants a war? Does he or she wants to dissect another human being and create a hybrid? Nobody wants that. Because we feel for each other. We're empathic. We cry when we see a little injured animal or a human being we run to save. We are benevolent, beautiful beings who've been taken advantage for thousands of years. And I think the reason why they will give that disclosure because they have no other choice. Because we are going through a cosmic evolution. It's not just Earth evolution. There's like a chain of evolution, many layers of dimensions and civilizations, and they cannot switch from one universe to another, switch from one timeline to another. They've done that many times. They reset us many times. They diverted many times. Now we're at the point where they can't do that anymore, and that's why they're forced to give us disclosure and to let us to ascend, because there's no other way they can manipulate us anymore. And you're blaming on the government. Government is just marionettes. They're just puppets. The government is like, I don't know, maybe third or fourth at the bottom. At the top are Anunnakis, Galactic Federation, Galactic Alliance, and other civilizations who are very much invested in us as a genetic material, as a phenomenon, as an energy harvesting, and like the other traits and beautiful things that we possess that they have lost. Be proud of yourself. Yes, maybe you're not technologically as advanced as they are, but the real treasure, the real value is to be as close to the gods, to the source as possible. And we are a lot closer. We're a lot more magical. And don't tell me that without pain you can't. No. If we didn't have all that, we wouldn't get bored. When you don't have to survive, you get curious, you start playing around, you start building something. And okay, you've built something and you're not more interested in that anymore. You start creating even more advanced things. We would have advanced so fast and so far if we wouldn't have tortured and suppressed for millennia. Don't buy into that bullshit that, you need to go through pain and you need to forgive. Excuse me, they're brutal as fuck, but they're still in a different dimensions. So how did they ascend? Think about it. They live in different dimensions being so brutal. And we can't ascend because we have resentment? Bullshit. Everybody.